Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Easy English Talk, the podcast where learning English is simple, enjoyable, and part of your everyday life. I'm Jason, and I'm so happy you're spending a few minutes with us today. Whether you're listening on your way to work, relaxing at home, or practicing during your study time, thank you for being here. Every time you listen and practice, you're taking one more step towards speaking English with confidence.
Hi everyone, I'm Julia, and we're excited to learn with you again. Today's topic is something every English learner wants to know: how to practice English every day and speak confidently fast. Have you ever thought, I know some English, but I'm too shy to speak? Or maybe you understand English when you listen, but when it's your turn to talk, your mind suddenly goes completely blank. Don't worry, you are definitely not the only one.
That's right. So many learners believe they need perfect grammar or a huge vocabulary before they can speak confidently. But here's the good news. That's simply not true. Confidence doesn't come from knowing every English word. Confidence comes from practicing a little every single day. Even just 10 or 15 minutes of daily practice can make a big difference over time.
Exactly. And today, we're going to share easy, practical, and fun ways to practice English every day. No expensive courses, no difficult study plans, and no pressure. Just simple habits that beginners can start using today. Wow. By the end of this episode, you'll have ideas that you can use immediately to become a more confident English speaker.
So grab your notebook if you have one, relax, smile, and most importantly, don't be afraid to speak. Every sentence you say is progress, and every mistake helps you become a better English speaker. Let's begin today's English learning adventure together. Now, let's imagine a real-life situation together. You're walking through a beautiful park when a friendly tourist comes up to you with a smile. They say, "Excuse me, could you help me? I'm looking for the city museum." You understand the question, and you even know the answer. But suddenly, your heart starts beating faster. You think, "Oh no, what if I make a mistake? What if my English isn't good enough?" So instead of speaking, you just smile nervously or point with your hand.
That happens to so many English learners. You studied English yesterday. You watched YouTube videos, you learned new words, and you even practiced some grammar. But when it's finally time to speak with a real person, wow, your brain seems to hide all the English words. It's like your vocabulary decides to take a little vacation at the worst possible moment.
Exactly. The problem usually isn't that you don't know English. The real problem is that you don't practice speaking often enough. Many learners spend hours reading, listening, and memorizing vocabulary, but they rarely open their mouths and actually speak. And just like learning to ride a bicycle or play a musical instrument, speaking English becomes easier only when you practice it regularly.
That's why today's conversation is going to be super helpful. We're going to share easy daily habits that anyone can follow to practice English every day and build real confidence. So, are you ready? Let's jump into our conversation and discover how small daily practice can help you speak English faster and more confidently.
So, Julia, let's start with a simple question. Many of our listeners ask us, how can I practice English every day if I don't have anyone to speak with? I hear this question almost every day, and I always tell them the same thing. You don't need a partner to become a better English speaker. The most important thing is to practice consistently. Even 10 or 15 minutes every day can help you improve much faster than studying for 3 hours only once a week.
That's interesting. But I think some beginners might say, if I'm alone, who can I talk to? It sounds a little funny to have a conversation with yourself, doesn't it?
At first, yes. But talking to yourself in English is actually one of the best ways to practice. Think about your daily routine. When you wake up, you can say, "Good morning. Today I'm going to have breakfast, study English, and then go to work." When you're making tea or coffee, describe what you're doing. Say, "I'm boiling water. I'm making tea. The tea smells nice." These are simple sentences, but They train your brain to think directly in English instead of translating every word from your native language.
Wow, I really like that idea. It's easy, it's free, and you can do it anywhere. Nobody needs to know you're practicing. Well, unless someone hears you talking to your breakfast.
That's true. But don't worry about looking silly. Every fluent English speaker was once a beginner. They all made mistakes, forgot words, and felt nervous. The difference is that they didn't stop practicing.
That's a great point. You know, another habit that really helped me was reading short English stories out loud. At first, I read very slowly. Sometimes I stopped after every sentence because I wasn't sure about the pronunciation. But little by little, my reading became smoother, and then my speaking became smoother too.
Exactly. Reading aloud is wonderful because your eyes, brain, ears, and mouth all work together. You learn new vocabulary, improve your pronunciation, and become more comfortable speaking English naturally. If you practice just one page every day, you'll notice amazing progress after a few weeks.
I've also heard many learners talk about something called shadowing. Can you explain what that is?
Of course. Shadowing is very simple. You listen to a native English speaker and repeat what they say immediately, almost like you're their shadow. Don't stop the recording after every sentence. Try to copy their pronunciation, rhythm, and emotion. It doesn't matter if you aren't perfect. The goal is to train your mouth and ears to work together naturally.
Oh, really? That sounds fun. So instead of only listening to English podcasts, learners should also speak with the podcast at the same time?
Exactly. Pause less and speak more. Repeat the sentences again and again until they feel natural. You'll be surprised by how quickly your pronunciation and confidence improve.
Julia, I have another simple tip. Record your own voice on your phone. The first time you listen to yourself, you might think, oh no, do I really sound like that? I think almost everyone feels that way.
Yes, absolutely. I felt the same when I first recorded my voice. But recording yourself is a fantastic habit because you can hear your pronunciation, notice your mistakes, and celebrate your improvement over time. Every new recording will sound a little better than the last one.
Julia, and here's something very important for everyone listening today. Please don't wait until your English is perfect before you start speaking. If you keep waiting, you'll never feel ready. Speak with the English you already know. Even short sentences like, I'm happy today, I like this book, or I'm learning English every day, are valuable practice.
That's exactly right. Remember, confidence isn't something that suddenly appears one morning. It grows little by little with every conversation, every new word you learn, every podcast you listen to, and every sentence you speak. So don't compare yourself with fluent speakers. Compare yourself with the person you were yesterday. If you know one more word today or can speak one more sentence than yesterday, you're already making wonderful progress.
Wow, I love that. Small daily habits create big results. Keep speaking, keep practicing, keep smiling, and don't be afraid of mistakes because every mistake is another step toward becoming a confident English speaker.
Absolutely. Now that we've talked about some easy daily practice habits, let's learn a few useful words from today's conversation that you can start using right away in your own English. Great job, everyone! Now, let's learn 5 useful words from today's conversation. These are simple words that you can use every day. Ready? Let's go!
Word number 1, practice. Practice means doing something again and again to become better at it. For example, I practice English for 20 minutes every evening. The more you practice, the more confident you become.
Excellent. Word number 2, confident. Confident means feeling sure of yourself and not being too afraid. Here's an easy example. She feels confident when she speaks English with her classmates. Remember, confidence grows with daily practice.
Now, word number 3. Habit. A habit is something you do regularly, almost every day. For example, Reading one English page every morning is a good habit. Wow, small habits can make a big difference over time.
That's right. Word number 4, improve. Improve means to become better than before. Here's an example. Listening to English podcasts every day helps me improve my speaking skills. Every little step helps you improve.
And finally, word number 5, mistake. A mistake is something that is not correct, but it helps you learn. For example, don't be afraid to make mistakes when you speak English. Mistakes are your teachers, not your enemies.
Wonderful. Let's quickly review today's 5 words. Practice, confident, habit, improve, and mistake. Try using each one in your own sentence today. The more you use new words, the easier they become to remember.
Fantastic work, everyone. You're learning new vocabulary one step at a time. Now, let's make these words come alive with a fun mini role play.
Hi, Julia. I'm trying to improve my English, but I don't feel confident when I speak. I always worry about making mistakes. What should I do?
Don't worry, Jason. Everyone makes mistakes when they're learning. The important thing is to practice a little every day. Even 10 minutes can help you improve.
Really? I don't have an English partner. Can I still practice every day?
Of course. Read English aloud, repeat sentences from podcasts, record your voice, and talk to yourself in English. These simple habits will help you become more confident.
Wow, that sounds easy. So if I practice every day, my speaking will improve little by little?
Exactly. Don't wait to be perfect. Speak with the English you know today. Learn from your mistakes and keep building good habits.
Thank you, Julia. I'm going to start practicing today. I want English to become part of my daily life.
That's the spirit. Keep practicing, keep smiling, and remember, every sentence you speak brings you one step closer to speaking English confidently.
All right, everyone. It's time for your quick speaking challenge. Don't just listen, speak with us. I'll ask you 3 easy questions. After each question, pause the video and answer out loud in English. Ready? Let's do it. Question 1. How do you practice English every day? Question 2. What is one good English learning habit you want to start this week? Question 3. Why do you want to speak English confidently?
Excellent job. No matter how short your answers are, you did something amazing today. You spoke English. Remember, every sentence makes you stronger. Every mistake helps you improve, and every day you practice brings you closer to your goal. Keep speaking, keep believing in yourself, and never give up.
What a fantastic episode! We hope you learned some simple and useful ways to practice English every day and speak more confidently. Remember, you don't have to be perfect, you just have to keep practicing. Every small step you take today will help you become a better English speaker tomorrow.
That's right. So, here's your homework. Practice English for at least 10 minutes today, and then come back and tell us how it went. We'd love to read your comments. Write one English sentence in the comments using one of today's vocabulary words.
If you enjoyed this episode, please give it a like, subscribe to Easy English Talk, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss a new English learning podcast.
Thank you so much for listening. Keep practicing, keep smiling, keep believing in yourself, and we'll see you in the next episode. Bye, everyone. Have an amazing day.